Alright, welcome back, and in this video we will access lab from your profile. So what you need to do, you need to log in first and then click on shop, or you can also log into these labs by going to the course itself, but it will take you to the same page. So just going by here, it's pretty easy. Just click on shop here and you will see if you're a membership plus member, your price will show what membership plus will be paying. If you're a regular member, then your price will show the regular price. So you need to click on that, or you click on add to cart, and then you click on weave cart. And then what you can do is, if you have a coupon, you can apply coupons. If you don't have a coupon, it is no coupon available, then all you have to do is to proceed to checkout. And once you make sure your name and everything is correct, if you have anything to add, notes or anything, you can add it that way. Check terms and condition, and then proceed to PayPal. Now this is external. Once you go to the PayPal, you're not on our site. It goes through the secure transaction between you and PayPal. So once that's done, you will basically access a file which contains the username, password, and IP address. Alright, so once you're done with your transaction, you will see download lab access here, and you will click on that, and what will happen is you will get a file. You'll get a text file. It will look exactly like this. Now this is a file where you have domain controller, which is basically, in other terms, I am the system administrator and I hired you, and I basically created a machine for you, and that's how it is in the help desk positions. And when you get hired, you might get set up by another help desk guy or another system admin or IT manager who will give you a little more access or a full administrative access. Not like other users, you will be an administrator, so you have a right to domain controller here, and we give you access to that. This is going to be your machine as a help desk person, and then we also give you a client IP address, which is on the work group. This is a machine where basically you just open a box and let's say you started on Monday with this machine. Now you need to configure your machine to do things and kind of set up your environment as a help desk person, but you have another machine to test out things. Now maybe after a week you start getting calls, and hey, guess what? After a week you will get calls, and they'll tell you to go ahead and set up this new users that is starting our company as a user. So what you need to do is you need to apply all those Active Directory skills, ticketing systems, troubleshooting, all of that stuff. You will be using it over here in this lab. So that's why we say, when we talk about this lab, it's like we are hiring you in a real world. We're creating a whole situation scenario for you, like you are going to start working tomorrow. So once you get this, all you need to do is to copy this IP address, go open your RDP remote desktop connection, put your IP address here, click on connect, and it will pop up like that. If you don't see this, of course you won't see this because I already logged in. You probably will have to do this. You will see something like this, and you will just copy this username and you'll copy the password. Think of yourself like you're just starting your work on Monday and you're doing this stuff. You just got an email and you just copy, you put the username and password, and now you're getting in. You click yes, and there you go, Mr. Help Desk Guy. This is your first administrator job. You are the IT guy now. Congratulations. This is your computer, and start working. Kind of like real, right? Isn't it real? So what we did is, this is you right here, and we put all of the applications, but it's not installed. It's just application. So if you click on it, you see right here, it's say 64-bit, it's application. If you click on this one, it's application. And this is something that we covered in our courses. Remember, the whole course is based on real world scenarios, and PDQ deploy, software deployment right there, inventory right there. You need to set this up. Now some cases another administrator will set up these things, and they will go over some of the basics with you. In some cases, maybe you are the only IT person and you need to set up your machine from scratch. So we are doing that scratch part. We want you to not be confused, because if someone else set it up for you, you're still confused. So we don't want you to be in that position. All right, and this computer itself is a domain controller. It's a server, so it's running a domain controller right here, Active Directory users and computers. And what else you will be touching? Print management, because a lot of help desk guys work with printers. They work with other things like the update services. What about that? And IIS. Now I'm getting a little bit mid-level IT now. Remember, and this lab is about entry level to mid-level. So you can actually use this lab even if you're trying to apply for administrator job like system admin, junior system admin, because you have a full access to a server where you're putting your hands on DNS, DHCP, file and storage services, IIS. These are the things that mid-level person would be doing. But our courses are so broad and they're so specific to things because we want you to be that person that knows everything. Now, of course, we cannot touch every single technology, but at least these labs will give you some idea of how we set up things for ourselves and how do we do things right on that computer, because that's kind of our job. That is what we do all the time. And of course, there are physical things that involved, and that's why we say go back to the course, because we made videos and we show you real stuff in that. Now, that's something we cannot recreate on computers. This is a whole computer level technical stuff, and we also showed you full video stuff. So it's a combination of two, but very powerful stuff right here. All right, so once you get this, you can get access to this. You have a nice clean machine right now. You haven't installed anything else. Then you need to go back and test out your client machine where you will be doing testing. Now let's go back and do the RDP again. So basically what you need to do is click on remote desktop connection, click here and connect. And the same prompt you will get it, you'll do a copy and put your username and password and click paste. There you go, you get a prompt, and now you're inside your temp machine, which is basically your testing machine. If you click on this one, you go to right, and this is also a server, but it's on workgroup, so you can use it as a machine. No, doesn't matter. All you have to click on system here, and it will show you right there that it's a workgroup computer right there. The other one is a domain controller. So if I go back to that one, and I go right click, I click start here, right click properties, it says right there hq.headquarter.jobskillshare.org. You're on a domain controller 1. Now of course you are not dealing with this stuff as a help desk person, but just kind of good to know, when you have all this things in your mind and everything. So imagine if you do all of this stuff and you start working on these things right now, and next 2 days you go to work, how confident you will be. Second, if you're that person, you did this lab and you're going to that interview, how confident you are going to be. And if you're that person trying to learn things very quickly without going to the courses, and you want to know what type of things do we cover in these courses, this is it, guys. If you take this lab, this is what we have covered in all of our courses, but in detail. These labs are kind of quick, but the courses are detailed. So hopefully this is going to be another big thing in our platform, and hopefully our learners will gain a lot of skills from these labs. In the next videos, I am going to actually install all of this stuff one time so you guys can see what you guys are going to be expecting with all these softwares that I'm putting out there. So what kind of calls are you going to be getting and all that in a very quick way. So it's like a summary of what we did for the help desk career over here. So it's everything in one labs. Now again, there will be no support provided for you, so please do not ask any questions when you start your lab. Just start installing, and if you have any questions, you need to go to IT communities, because that's how we get our help. Alright, next videos I'll show you one by one and to install all this stuff, and once you purchase your lab, you will be doing it yourself then. Thank you, and I'll see you in a different video.